Hey guys, John Mark here with ZPortals. Joined with me is CJ with Catalyst Connect. And today we're going to quickly go over the different components that are installed with the ZPortals extension. I invited CJ because there's a lot of cool workflow optimization that can be done. And he at Catalyst Connect has done some pretty slick workflows for automatically provisioning users, changing permissions, and that sort of thing using this extension. So as we mentioned in a previous video, there are two components to the client portal builder, the ZPortals builder. There's the main plugin itself, which is installed on WordPress, and then we have the Zoho CRM extension over here in the marketplace. So if you head over to marketplace, go ahead and search for ZPortals. This is going to be the extension that is installed in the CRM. And you can read through here to see a little bit about what's installed with the extension, but I thought I'd quickly go through and show you exactly what is added by this extension and how it can be used for your organization. So when we go ahead and install this, there are a few components that are going to be added to the contact record here. The first main one is this button called Invite to Portal. Now, when this button is clicked, a custom function will actually go through and it will populate today's date in this portal invitation sent field. So a few fields will be created over here by the extension, like the date that the portal invitation was sent, the last login date. We can deactivate the user. It takes the email address from that contact record and provisions it as the username. We have this auto approve field, the ability to assign a profile, and then assign some user permissions. So these are all very important fields for governing or inviting users to the portal, governing access, and deactivating them. These fields over here work in conjunction with this button, as well as a workflow rule. If I quickly head over to those and go to our contacts, we have a workflow rule over here called portal invitation sent. And we can see that what this workflow rule does is when the portal invitation sent date field is modified to any value, it's going to trigger this email notification, which if we pull up this email template,
and this email template is included as part of that extension that's downloaded, right?
Exactly, yeah. So we get you started with a basic portal invitation template over here. You can, of course, customize this to match the look and feel of your organization, change the wording. The most important thing that this invitation does is essentially when the button is pushed, that invite to portal, a custom function populates the date field in the portal invitation sent field on the contact record. That in turn triggers that workflow rule that sends this email over here to the email address on record for that contact, where they can then confirm portal access or accept their invite. Of course, you can adjust this button to say whatever you would like, but what that does is as long as that contact record has the auto approve selected on their contact record, which the button does automatically. When you click that invite to portal, a custom function populates the portal invitation sent date. It also automatically selects the auto approve checkbox, and then that triggers the workflow rule that then sends this email template where the user can then click on this button. This button, if we look at the URL parameters over here, is going to be pulling from your website domain, and then we have some URL parameters that are specifying the contact's email that they're signing up, and it's giving their first name, last name to populate in that user invitation. What the system will do then is when they go to accept this, the portal itself will actually check back on that contact record to make sure that that contact is pre-approved to actually get access to the portal. So that's the way that the system works. The button auto approves it. It updates the date field in the portal invitation sent. that portal invitation sent date field triggers the workflow rule that sends this email. When they click on this link, then the ZPortal plugin will then validate that that contact by that email address has been auto approved, and that will actually allow the user to then set their password to gain access to the portal. So as I mentioned earlier, there are a few other fields that are added to this contact record. So once you have invited a user, you can define which profile you want them to have. The profiles on the portal allow you to choose what modules or permissions that user has in the portal. And we can also choose whether they have read-write permissions with certain data points within the portal as well. We'll have a separate video to dive into all the permission sets because there's quite a bit of flexibility there. But these main components allow us to have a lot of flexibility. So CJ, I know that you guys have done some work where given that the main things that need to be selected here to invite a user are this auto approved checkbox and this portal invitation sent being updated, you can actually invite users to the portal through other workflow rules. You don't have to use this button. This is just one way to manually invite a user. But I know that you guys have done some functions like when a deal is closed won, you could have another custom function update these two fields that will trigger that same invitation to be sent.
Exactly. That's at the end of the day, all we need to do is figure out a way to update those based off of actions that are happening elsewhere in the system. So like you said, it could be off deal closed won, it could be off a lead just being created. But then we also want to, some companies want to deactivate someone's access as well. So we can also set up workflows to deactivate some users' access based off of other conditions. So it goes both ways for sure too.
Yeah, and I certainly encourage you folks to connect with CJ. Just hop on to catalystconnect.com and schedule a call with him to discuss different workflow options. And to his point about automatically activating or deactivating a user, you can actually put together some pretty slick workflows. So for example, if someone were to sign up for a subscription through Zoho Subscriptions, we could have a custom function that then automatically invites them to the portal that gets them gated access to certain premium content. Similarly, if their subscription lapses because they cancel or they miss a payment, you can have another custom function update this deactivate user, which can restrict access to the portal. So you can now actually use ZPortals as an automated gated portal to deliver premium content that's based on a subscription. So there are a lot of really cool use cases like that. Certainly encourage you to browse the example portals or hop on a demo call with us where we can discuss some slick use cases for your industry.
Definitely, so, and I like to add just really quickly, if you haven't heard of a workflow rule or some sort of process that we haven't chatted about today, definitely just schedule with me and we can talk through and see if it is possible. More than likely it is, but we can definitely figure out a way to bring your vision to fruition for sure.
Great. Well, thanks so much, CJ, for joining us, and we'll catch you all on the next video. Cheers.
Thanks. Bye all.